Hello, Fredericksburg, Texas. Hello, world. It's that time. Welcome to Informing Fredericksburg. To inform means to form what's inside. Nothing has more power to form our thinking or our being than the power of words. That begs the question, what words, which words, whose words? Informing Fredericksburg today, we're going to visit with Kyle Biedermann, State Representative, District 73, of course, Gillespie County, also Kendall and Comal County as well. First, we're going to take a break, and then we'll be back with Kyle Biedermann right after these on Informing Fredericksburg.
Segner's Jewelers has been serving Fredericksburg and the Hill Country since 1937. We're thankful for the relationships we've built. Our community has weathered the test of time through the ups and downs. Segner's Jewelers supports the community during this difficult season. We will get through this. We are here to help any way we can. From our family to yours, God bless and keep the faith. Segner's.
Be the envy of the neighborhood with the lush, thriving lawn from All Around Irrigation, LLC. We are dedicated to providing friendly, professional service to leave you with outstanding results. We have built a reputation for getting the job done right. We offer a number of services, including land clearing, development, rain collection, drainage, and of course, landscaping irrigation. The grass can be greener on your side when you call All Around Irrigation, LLC today.
Touch Well Service will take care of all your water well needs that come after drilling. They specialize in water pump installation and repairs, servicing windmills, solar pumps, jets, submersible pumps, and pressure tanks. Touch Well Service has been in business since 2002 with 83 years combined experience. Their entire staff is dedicated to their customers. Touch Well Service supports all men and women in the United States military and first responders. Touch Well Service, 830-997-2413. On the web, hillcountrywaterwell.com, and look for them on Facebook.
Vogel Tractors, specializing in low-hour, high-quality ag equipment. Area farmers and recreational landowners put their confidence in Van and Jamie, knowing their tractors, loaders, and farm implements will exceed expectations. All equipment is well-serviced and field-tested, and if new is what you need, Vogel Tractors is your Rhino Ag equipment dealer in the Hill Country. Warranties, financing, and delivery is available locally or nationwide. Vogel Tractors, located on Highway 290 between Fredericksburg and Stonewall.
And we are back, Informing Fredericksburg. J.D. Rose with you. I want to thank Bell House B&B for, since they're not renting out to any tourists, they let us set up a little studio in here. We certainly appreciate that. Check us out on fbg.live. We got billies.live. Man, we're ready to get some high school sports back on there. Of course, informing fbg.live, and there's some other channels on there as well. Right now, we're going to visit with Mr. Kyle Biedermann, State Representative, District 73, of course, representing our county, Gillespie County, also Kendall and Comal. Good afternoon, Kyle. How you doing?
Hey, JD, this is great. I'm like old times, without a doubt. We won't have to say how long ago it was, but we've been doing radio and live for
when you first moved here.
That's right.
Which is now, that leads up to a good point. Tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe before we get started here, that some things people may not know, but you've been in Fredericksburg for a good while.
35 years. And actually 35 years ago when I moved here, I didn't know anybody, I'd never been here, didn't have any relatives or anything, but we bought the bankrupt lumber yard, and I needed to find a way to be able to get to know the local people and promote my store, so I decided to do a radio show. And you were working up at the radio station, and you were the one that helped me get it started.
The Helpful Hardware Man show back then.
That was a great time back then, and we started that show. We did it for 28 years.
I know it. It went on for a good while. Every
Saturday for 28 years. But now being a public official, I'm not supposed to be doing radio shows. I could be a guest, but I really can't do my own. But it was a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah.
We had a great time.
You bet. A lot of years, a lot of longevity, like you said as well. Well, speaking of the store, Ace has TK60 And that's total kill in 60 seconds.
That's right.
Total kill, 60, hospital grade disinfectant. And you have it, Ace has it, just for a donation, but you're basically giving it out for free. And tell us a little bit about, this is an amazing product.
It is. So Ace Hardware's got 5,000 stores. Okay, but Walmart's huge, HEB is huge. None of us can get disinfectant.
Right, they seem to sell out pretty quick.
Well, it doesn't even come in. So what's really crazy is why can't we? And I don't know the answer to that, because I don't think that all comes from China. But it's hard to believe that we can't get disinfectant. We can get some bleach that we can add with water and things like that. But so since I couldn't get disinfectant, I actually ran into somebody, a friend of mine from New Braunfels, that knew about this company and said, Kyle, why don't we just buy this product in 5-gallon buckets and put it in spray bottles and give it away to people so we can get disinfectant that actually works, that's been proven, that is EPA tested for COVID-19. And it's been being used in hospitals and nursing homes, retirement centers. City of Austin uses it, jails use it, and they dispense their own product in their facility every day. So however much cleaner they need to clean the whole place, or however much disinfectant they need to disinfect countertops and everything else, they dispense out of their unit every day, and they can make hundreds of gallons a day.
And I can spray this on my hand.
You sure can.
I mean, I can.
99.98%.
I can rub it on my face, right? If I wanted to, or just don't touch your face. No, I'm just kidding. But
yet it kills in 60 seconds or less. A lot of disinfectants, when you put disinfectant out on a countertop or somewhere to clean, some of them are 10 minutes to kill. So you spray it out, what do you do right away? You wipe it off. You never gave the product a chance to really kill the germs and the viruses. This kills in less than 60 seconds, already been tested.
You said people that work in the labs that wear the coats and the, the face mask and everything, when they come out, they get kind of basically hosed down with this, so to speak? Is that?
They walk into a clean zone or a clean room and they spray them down with this product because it's mostly water, very safe. It's got 0.02% hydrochloric acid, a special type, and that's what kills. And so it's very safe. Hospitals spray their whole rooms, their beds, they do everything with these products. But the problem is they're not retail. So I can't buy this and sell it at my store. So what we've done is bought the bottles. They cost me $5 and a very nice bottle.
Yeah, good.
We get the label of the actual product with all of the information needed if you're not sure what it is and how safe it is and what it kills. And we just give away the product because it's so inexpensive. This company is just filling the 5-gallon buckets for me, and I come back and I fill bottles. So once you buy a bottle, come back and get a free refill.
Nice.
Now, it's not stabilized because it's not made for retail. It's made to be used every day. So the effectiveness, goes down every day until about...
I was going to say there's a expiration date.
I put a date on it. I do that. And so I want to make sure people have the most effective product. So use it, and if you're not done, make sure you bring it in and get a refill. And so we have this at the store. It's basically for the community to be able to have a disinfectant that works. Spray your doorknobs, spray everything with this, and put it on your hands, your countertops, your arms, whatever.
Ace Hardware.
Spray clothing. Hey, how many people are talking about the clothing or the bottom of their shoes?
That's they're starting to talk about the bottom of the shoes. So spray the bottom of your shoes.
Spray the bottom of your shoes. It's all water, And the thing is, it's so unfortunate that there's products like this that are so safe to use, but yet we're locked into from these chemical companies. And I'm not a big go after the chemical pharmaceutical companies, but there's a lot of truth to it. They've got us locked into using their toxic products. Fertilizers. I sell fertilizer at the store. Scott's, nothing against Scott's, but they make all those products that are very toxic. Roundup, you name it, whatever it might be. And that's just not good for the environment and good for us health-wise. We've got products like this that work, and yet it's hard to get that to the public. So that'll be the next step we'll be working on. So we're excited to have it. So if you're looking for a great disinfectant, because it's hard to find, just come by Ace. I've got probably about 60 or 80 bottles until I go and make another run. The company's right in San Marcos. So it's a Texas company.
Oh, there you go. I like that.
And they sell to, like I said, institutions all over the country. In fact, I spoke with Hill Country Memorial Hospital, Mike Reno, and he had been researching the product. And then one of the doctors, Dr. Westfall, walks in and goes, "Hey, Mike, I just picked up this product at Ace Hardware." So that's the product they've been researching to possibly use there. And here it is. I had it right at my store. So
good stuff.
That's how it's supposed to be. So
love it.
Again, for the community, and again, what Dan Garrison's doing and what other people are doing is fantastic. This is the only disinfectant that's approved and got it on the label and everything else. So this is really made for cleaning and so forth. So come by and get some. If you have your own bottle, I'll just fill it for free. These bottles are great because they got the label on it, so you know exactly what it is. But you don't have to have the label. We'll give you a printout like you've got right there on your desk, and it gives you a printout exactly what the product is.
Love it. Love it. Go by Ace and pick up your bottle and disinfect.
Yeah.
Get to it.
I'll tell you, so I was on AceNet today, which is what we order from. And here's the whole Ace chain from all over the world. 5,000 stores. We can't get disinfectant until May. That's the next time another shipment comes in on allocation.
Wow.
It's like, come on, guys. Just like masks, just like everything else.
Doing Fredericksburg a big favor.
Well, thanks. That. I appreciate it.
Well, we're going to get into a lot more subjects after this break. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. We'll continue our conversation with Kyle Biedermann, State Representative, District 73. We'll be back with more Informing Fredericksburg right after this.
Fredericksburg Trade Days wants to encourage everyone to stay healthy and be kind to your neighbors. When we get through this, we look forward to seeing you each month out on our little hill. Remember, water seeks its own level. So be what you want those around you to be. Visit us, fbgtradedays.com. That's fredericksburgtradedays.com. Check us out on Facebook. God bless, and we will get through this.
Creek Street Dental utilizes the latest technologies in dental care. Dr. McBride has been specially trained to offer the Hill Country sedation dentistry. Anxious patients can sleep through oral surgery in a private room with family nearby. Their CBCT machine provides near-silent imaging, making possible the most painless and effective treatments. iTero technology allows virtual manipulation and modeling, so no more gagging on impression trays. Call 830-990-1178 for the best in your family's dental health today.
Texas Hill Country Bank understands these are challenging times, and they want to assure you that your favorite bankers are still there to help via phone or email, and their bank remains strong and focused on their customers. With mortgage rates the lowest they've ever been, now may be the perfect time for you to refinance your home. Or maybe you're looking for a low-interest loan for your business. They'd love to talk to you. And if you haven't already taken advantage of their mobile and online banking options, give them a call or visit them online, TexasHillCountryBank.com, where good people make good bankers.
Cordially Invited, a special service for special events, anywhere in the Hill Country. Family and friends won't have to miss it after all. From the producers of Billy's.live, cordiallyinvited.live. Find us in all the familiar places.
All right, we are back informing Fredericksburg. J.D. Rose, along with Representative Biedermann, State Representative, District 73, Gillespie County, Kendall County, and Comal County as well. There's a big announcement coming from our governor, and you pretty much work hand in hand with the governor, and they're talking about opening up Texas. And so we all realize it's going to be a slow process. It's not just going to open and we say, come on in, let's fill all the restaurants and the sports arenas.
Yep.
That's not what we're talking about here. How it'll be a gradual, just necessary steps. Safety will be in. How do you there's a balance here of lives, because obviously with the COVID-19, the people that are maybe immune system is down, maybe they're older, maybe they're battling cancer and so forth. It's very dangerous to those people. And then on the other side of it, we're losing jobs. There's depression. These are things people don't want to talk about, but the suicide rate could go up. Spousal abuse could go up. Alcoholism can go up. Drug abuse.
That's what our
lost
letters
lives there. So you're losing lives, or potentially could be losing lives both. How do you find the balance, and how is Governor Abbott planning on doing this?
Well, whenever you are, whether you're the mayor of Fredericksburg or the county judge, or you are the governor of Texas, those are positions where you are the one in charge of your area versus being a council member or myself being a legislator. I'm one of many, but they are the one that makes the decision. So it's not easy. So everyone has to realize that, whether, like I said, the mayor, the judge, or when it comes to the governor. So the governor made some rulings and so forth. And the problem has been, they've been vague. What's an essential business? Who is not an essential business? Can we have a drive-in movie when you can have a drive-in to get food at Sonic, or a drive-in to go to Starbucks? Or why can't someone walk into a restaurant and be, 6 feet apart in a small group of 2 or 3 when you can have 100 people in H-E-B or Walmart, or the 20 or 30 people walking in Ace? So
I'm glad you brought up H-E-B, and I don't want to cut in on you, but this was going to be one of my points. H-E-B, we had Julie on from H-E-B. She did a great job. They employ about 120,000 people. Those 120,000 see thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people every day. And they've only had a handful of people that have actually
and they're all over the state of Texas.
COVID-19.
Yeah, they're all over the state of Texas.
So my point is, they might be a good place to start with how they're doing things, and they're running their business.
So what's happening? We wrote letters to the governor. A lot of people are afraid to say anything for the exact reason you said. Oh, well, some people aren't going to like me if I say it, or this and that. But we just feel that we've had enough information now. We've looked at the models. We've looked at what's happening in Texas. We've looked at what's happening at these other businesses that have been open. And if we can start slowly opening restaurants and other places, keeping the CDC guidelines, keeping the safety guidelines that H-E-B and others use. Actually, in the restaurants, it's even more. Every table gets cleaned every time a person leaves. I mean, these things have been going on already. So we believe, and we gave lists of actual specific areas that the governor could start opening up, and also the areas that he shouldn't. And so we're hoping tomorrow's announcement, he will start opening up some things, but he's got to be specific. We can't have things that are not, that are too general or too vague, because then you have people, then people don't know what to do. And we have a lot of businesses right now where there's no customers, they work in cubicles, they're more than 10 feet apart, and they just do computer sales. They're deemed non-essential. And that's just not right. That is just not right. So we need to clarify the things to make sure that we're following certain guidelines. Of course, those that are medically vulnerable, those that may be, of a certain age, and you don't want to put an age limit on it, because some people at 70 are very healthy and some that aren't. But it's basically, if you're medically vulnerable and other things, then you really need to stay at home as much as possible. But we need to get things moving. And when we look truly at the numbers of hospital cases, we are so much less with this virus than we were with flus and other things in years past. But that argument doesn't work, because you'll have people that are always going to go against that and say, well, what if, and if you're wrong, and better safe than sorry. So those arguments aren't the ones we want. The arguments that we want are, how can we be safe? How can we follow CDC guidelines? How can we follow what great businesses like H-E-B is doing to keep people safe, and yet have, volumes of people coming in and out? That's what we need to do, and start opening up some more businesses. So that's what we're hoping the governor will say tomorrow.
Let's take a restaurant, for example.
Okay.
And I do want to go off Representative Matt Krause.
Right.
There were several representatives that got together, but he's got some very good ideas.
He does.
That have been passed around. And one of those is when they open restaurants, it would be 50% capacity only, right? You're not going to jam a bunch of people in. I guess the tables would then be spread out.
Spread apart, right.
and then no salt and pepper shakers immediately on the tables. I guess it'd be the little trays with but it's going to be hard to avoid touching certain things. But how will those things be enforced? Is that how a restaurant, is this how this could potentially work?
Well, look at this. You go into HEB or you go into Ace. You pick up certain items with your, hey, well, check this out now. I don't want this. You check this out. What's the difference between that and a salt and pepper shaker? When after every table, clean the salt and pepper shaker. Anything that could have been touched, you clean. So they're really logistically or logically, it doesn't make sense not to allow them to have customers come in. Now, keep the distancing, reduce the numbers, obviously, but stretch out your lunch period. So if you're trying to do your lunch crowd from 11:30 to 1, now you do it from 11 to 3 or whatever it might be. Get the same amount of people you used to, but you have to spread out longer because you have less tables. So we just need people to start making income. We need to have workers at least start working.
There's a lot of unemployment in tech. Well, across the United States is amazing. The numbers are mind-boggling how many people are unemployed right now. But even here in the Lone Star State and right here in Fredericksburg.
Of course. I mean, so as a state legislature, we have a budget and we have to balance our budget every year, which means if we have this much income, then we can only spend this much money. Federal government, you can have whatever income, you can spend whatever you want because you can print it. We can't. So what's happening? What's our income going to be this next year? It's going to be way down. Sales tax, property tax, because we need to reduce some of the values because people can't afford it, period, without this crisis. But now with this crisis, they really can't afford it. And permitting and oil. Oil is our largest income producer outside of any industry for Texas. And they pay a ton of taxes and fees. So with all that down, we're not going to have much revenue. So here's our budget. Here's our revenue for next session. We're going to have to cut. We're talking 20 to 30%. Now, where is that going to be? And I'm just letting people know right now, there's going to be some huge cuts. Our local government, the same thing. They have got to cut because their main income is sales tax. Obviously, they're not getting sales tax. Even if we start opening up our businesses, we're still going to be a huge reduction in sales tax. How about our hotel motel tax, which is 13%? There's almost zero going in right now.
There's no.
So, that part of our government has got to reduce because people are hurting and the income's not coming in. So we've got to do something. So local governments, the state, and I'm going to focus on the state, we are going to cut. And we want to prepare people right now for that. But we got to get people back to work.
Well, Luke had a good question that ties into what you were just talking about from social media. He says, how do we tell people to stay home and not work, and yet come January 1st, property taxes roll around, and with the kids not being in school right now, that doesn't all add up. He's wanting to know, is there going to be assistance there? What's going to happen as far as property taxes?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now that if people are not able to pay their property taxes, there will be a number to call to the state. And the state will also, I'm sure, be mandating local taxing authorities that we need to work out payment plans or whatever it might be. Because, what good is it? You can't get blood out of a turnip, okay? You can't get something out of somebody they don't have. So we're working right now to freeze property tax values to 2019. What's happening is they're already raised the property taxes for 2020. Because they didn't know we were having this crisis.
Right.
So they've already been raised. So the budgets that are coming up for the school in August and the local in our local municipalities is coming up at that time also. They're going to have to be working off a different budget than what they thought they were going to have. So on the property tax, we need to work with people that can't afford it. And we have to do it in a way that's not going to be too expensive for them. But we also need revenue for our schools. We need revenue for our local governments. There was another question, and I didn't want to jump on.
Ted, let's see. Ted from social media, I've got it pulled up right here.
Because it ties in with this exactly. And this one is actually more urgent than the property tax. Property tax comes due in January. We got to work on some things for that. This other one is an urgent one now.
Yeah, I think Ted was talking about sales tax, possibly. Kendall County, where Alamo Springs is. He said, I was conferring with the Kendall County Tax Office about tax payment and interest deferral. He goes on to say, they said they were on board, and then Comfort ISD stepped in and said no, that it was a legal issue. Will the state be stepping in and helping on this? Are there any views? Do you have any views on the matter?
Well, there's two things. Once you talk about Comfort ISD, now we're talking about property tax. So there's two things he's talking about. He's talking about property tax, and Comfort ISD's right. They don't have any say-so in the property tax. That's actually our property taxes are not local. They're pretty much set by the state. You have to have a certain increase and so forth, and that's how it's been for many, many years. Sales tax.
Sales tax.
So sales tax payments are due every month. And so some people had, the sales tax payments for March that are due right now in April. March, half the year was pretty good in Texas. The other half has been really bad. But the problem is there's no income and revenue for a lot of these businesses in April to pay the taxes.
Right.
Okay. And you probably had to pay your employees that weren't working, and you had to do other things plus rent. So we tried. In fact, we were on a phone call to the Texas comptroller, which is Glenn Hager. So there was just a few of us on a phone call. In fact, I talked to him at Ace Hardware. He's got a ranch just outside of town. And so he came into Ace 2 weeks ago. I was like, hey, Glenn, because he can't go to Austin either. They don't want to be in offices, so they're all working remotely. We wanted to defer sales tax. Just defer it to when we start getting income. The problem is Texas really can't defer sales tax because that's what we give back to cities and counties and everybody else. And plus the state of Texas has to pay their bills. But there is an 800 number that you can call, and I can get that to whoever needs it. And we can help you through my office in the Capitol, that you can call on a case-by-case basis to be able to make arrangements for payments without penalty. But have a blanket for everybody was not a smart thing, but a case-by-case is very important. So those people that are having a difficult time with sales tax, you can call the comptroller's office or call my office and I'll help you get there. But the comptroller has an 800 number all set up just for this, case-by-case. I need help paying my sales tax. I need more time. Without penalty.
That's good information.
So that's great. Now, the property tax is another thing that's going to be coming up. We'll have to see how bad things are and see how things shake out in the next couple of months.
You bet. We know a lot of people want to get back to work, but then you've got the healthcare system concerned as well. So like we were talking about, it's about balance. We're going to take a quick break. We'll continue our conversation with Representative Biedermann right after these.
Cordially Invited, a special service for special events, anywhere in the Hill Country. Family and friends won't have to miss it after all. From the producers of Billy's.live, cordiallyinvited.live. Find us in all the familiar places.
Segner's Jewelers has been serving Fredericksburg and the Hill Country since 1937. We're thankful for the relationships we've built. Our community has weathered the test of time through the ups and downs. Segner's Jewelers supports the community during this difficult season. We will get through this. We are here to help any way we can. From our family to yours, God bless and keep the faith. Segner's Jewelers.
Be the envy of the neighborhood with the lush, thriving lawn from All Around Irrigation, LLC. We are dedicated to providing friendly, professional service to leave you with outstanding results. We have built a reputation for getting the job done right. We offer a number of services, including land clearing, development, rain collection, drainage, and of course, landscaping irrigation. The grass can be greener on your side when you call All Around Irrigation, LLC today.
Touch Well Service will take care of all your water well needs that come after drilling. They specialize in water pump installation and repairs, servicing windmills, solar pumps, jets, submersible pumps, and pressure tanks. Touch Well Service has been in business since 2002 with 83 years combined experience. Their entire staff is dedicated to their customers. Touch Well Service supports all men and women in the United States military and first responders. Touch Well Service, 830-997-2413. On the web, hillcountrywaterwell.com, and look for them on Facebook.
Vogel Tractors, specializing in low-hour, high-quality ag equipment. Area farmers and recreational landowners put their confidence in Vantage Amy, knowing their tractors, loaders, and farm implements will exceed expectations. All equipment is well-serviced and field-tested, and if new is what you need, Vogel Tractors is your Rhino Ag equipment dealer in the Hill Country. Warranties, financing, and delivery is available locally or nationwide. Vogel Tractors, located on Highway 290 between Fredericksburg and Stonewall.
And we're back. Informing Fredericksburg, we're visiting with Kyle Biedermann, State Representative, District 73, right here for Gillespie County. You know, something else that would be nice if it would be available, and I don't know what you know about this, but is there any home testing kits available yet? Quick 15-minute test that you think might be in the works that they're trying to manufacture or anything like that? Or anything?
Well, I hear basically the same thing everyone else does. There is one. Abbott Industries, nothing to do with Governor Abbott, but Abbott Industries has it. And they've been trying it and testing it. In fact, President Trump took it. It would be nice to get those out quicker, get more testing. But again, people get sick. People feel sick. Doesn't mean they have corona. And even if they do, doesn't mean it's going to be anything life-threatening. I mean, there's so many people that have probably already had it.
That maybe even almost didn't even really know it, too. Well, there's those.
The thing is, you need to test if you really start getting the more drastic or urgent symptoms. People want to test just because they want to know if they have it. Well, heck, if you have it and it's not affecting you, that's actually a good thing. Now you got the antibody inside you.
Exactly.
So testing's important, but either people get sick or they don't get sick. Testing, I think what they were trying to do is find out, hey, you and I might have it right now. So we can test, see if we have it. Then what happens? You get quarantined. Then you have to go stay home. You can't leave. And that's probably a good thing safety-wise. I'll give that. But, how far do we have to go? Taking away our rights.
Well, that's a whole nother subject right there. Our freedom has basically been removed right before our very eyes.
Mm-hmm. And vaccines are so far off, and vaccines usually come out after the epidemic is almost over. And there's no vaccine for HIV yet.
I don't think we have 2 years to wait for a vaccine, right?
Well, not even 8 months. But HIV, they never got a vaccine for, but they've got good treatment. Treatment is what's important. And again, I'm not being a doctor, so if you're not a doctor, you're not allowed to say anything about things. But hey, sometimes you got to talk about common sense. And we have certain rights, we have certain freedoms, we have certain liberties, and this is really showing how they can be taken away just like that. And we want to be obedient to a point, and we want to be courteous of our neighbors, but we cannot completely give away all of our rights. And that gets a little scary. But the testing part, sure, they're working on all that stuff. They're working on as much as they can. But look at we don't even have that big of a problem with COVID-19. We had many more deaths from flu and influenza and everything else. This is contagious, and it can be contagious quickly. We do know that, a little bit more contagious than the flu. But, we are shutting down our whole economy and it's going to be a detriment to our next generations, besides us right now, over not that much of a problem.
Well, unfortunately, I mean, even if this stretched out till July, August, the way it is now, where no one working, we could be looking at a depression.
Oh, sure.
I mean,
Sure. This is just...
That's not where that's not where we want want to go if we can avoid it. That's for sure.
Well, everyone's going to say, well, then, they're going to say, well, you're wrong. Well, I'd rather be wrong and free. Okay. The animal defenders, our founding fathers, they weren't worried about being wrong. They wanted freedom. Okay. There were certain things that were more important. And give me liberty or give me death. And you may not like me to say that, but I'm just going to tell you, we've got to be careful. We've got to start opening some things up and giving back some of our rights while protecting those that are medically vulnerable. And then it gets back to the schools. Should the schools go back?
Well, that was going to be you're ahead of me. Great. So schools,
we have two.
What's going on with the schools?
So even within my group of legislators that we sent letters to their governor about trying to get things starting to open up. Not all of us agree on whether we should open schools up for maybe May and June, okay? And at least let, graduation, let kids actually, get some work done. Also, parents are dependent on kids a lot of times going to school so they can work. So, this is not an easy decision. Just keeping kids at home, that's very difficult for parents and for adults to be able to take care of their children, have their children be safe, and they have to go to work. So, our society has kind of been, unfortunately in some ways, been conditioned to having both parents work, and then your kids are taken care of by the school, and you've got that whole routine going. Well, the routine is out right now, and hopefully we'll start looking at how our routine is and how we're raising our kids and how important it is to have both parents being so committed to having to work, but that's kind of what our society is. And so I'm in favor of our students coming back to school in May. I think they should complete May and June.
Even if it's mid-May even.
Yeah, mid-May, go for 2 months. That will help out parents because they can go back to work. Kids will be taken care of, they'll be fed, and they need the education. They don't want to get, next year, they want to be able to be there, a good head start. They don't want to be lacking behind going to the next grade. Plus, you've got some sports we could finish up on, even if there may not be spectators or whatever it might be.
Well, I know the UIL's they're hanging in there.
Sure. Yep, they are. But, I just feel, personally, I feel that we need to open up the schools. And if it's not, May 1st, sometime in May, and they need to go for at least 2 more months, and, hey, make up for what we had, I think it'd be a good thing for everybody. We learned some things here on teleeducation. Let's start using more of that. Let's learn the things, let's benefit from some of the things that we've learned because of the pandemic or the crisis. But also, kids can get back to school.
And I guess they could spread out a little bit, figure out ways to spread out, maybe have some classes outside even, but they would have to figure out a way to get people spread apart a little bit more, not sitting on top of each other, but it could be done. Well,
you just come. If you have a fever, you don't come to school. They can do that. Come on, there's some things you can do. But again, we're not all in agreement there. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow. We've made some strong recommendations to the governor. We hope that we'll start opening some things up tomorrow he'll make an announcement, start loosening some things up. And the people that are really fearful, well, they can just stay home, and those that need to work and have a way that they can be, use the CDC guidelines and do your distancing like we do at ACE, and also, your extra hand washing and all that kind of stuff. Let's get back to work.
Got to get back to work. Got to pay those bills, right?
Oh boy, I'll tell you.
We can't stay home forever. So.
Well, we got to pay those bills. We've got to pay property tax. So we have schools. We have to pay sales tax. So we have local government. So we get our roads fixed. This is deep. This is very, very deep. We're all dependent on each other.
We're all in uncharted waters here.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. We're trying to all get through it together.
Yep.
We're going to take a quick break. Come back. Kyle will have some final thoughts. When we come back, right after these messages, we'll be back informing Fredericksburg.
More minutes.
Fredericksburg Trade Days wants to encourage everyone to stay healthy and be kind to your neighbors. When we get through this, we look forward to seeing you each month out on our little hill. Remember, water seeks its own level. So be what you want those around you to be. Visit us, fbgtradedays.com. That's fredericksburgtradedays.com. Check us out on Facebook. God bless, and we will get through this.
Creek Street Dental utilizes the latest technologies in dental care. Dr. McBride has been specially trained to offer the Hill Country sedation dentistry. Anxious patients can sleep through oral surgery in a private room with family nearby. Their CBCT machine provides near silent imaging, making possible the most painless and effective treatments. iTero technology allows virtual manipulation and modeling, so no more gagging on impression trays. Call 830-990-1178 for the best in your family's dental health today.
Texas Hill Country Bank understands these are challenging times, and they want to assure you that your favorite bankers are still there to help via phone or email, and their bank remains strong and focused on their customers. With mortgage rates the lowest they've ever been, now may be the perfect time for you to refinance your home. Or maybe you're looking for a low-interest loan for your business. They'd love to talk to you. And if you haven't already taken advantage of their mobile and online banking options, give them a call or visit them online, TexasHillCountryBank.com, where good people make good bankers. Member FDIC. Segner's Jewelers has been serving Fredericksburg and the Hill Country since 1937. We're thankful for the relationships we've built. Our community has weathered the test of time through the ups and downs. Segner's Jewelers supports the community during this difficult season. We will get through this. We are here to help any way we can. From our family to yours, God bless and keep the faith. Segner's Jewelers.
Be the envy of the neighborhood with the lush, thriving lawn from All Around Irrigation, LLC. We are dedicated to providing friendly, professional service to leave you with outstanding results. We have built a reputation for getting the job done right. We offer a number of services, including land clearing, development, rain collection, drainage, and of course, landscaping irrigation. The grass can be greener on your side when you call All Around Irrigation, LLC today.
You're not living it.
All right, we are back informing Fredericksburg at fbg.live, visiting with State Representative Kyle Biedermann, District 73. And right now we're just going to kind of open up the floor for you and let you run with it and have any final thoughts you may have.
Well, we're talking over the break. You know, it's here. It's important to have people talk that are actually experiencing it, not have somebody else talk for somebody else, and they're not the ones being affected. So for here, I own Ace Hardware, Biedermann's Ace Hardware. So I'm living it every day. My customers coming in, trying to take care of them, seeing the ones that are concerned or not, trying to be as safe and clean as possible. And then I'm on a state representative. So all day long, I'm getting all this information and feedback from constituents, from other legislators, and then trying to keep up to date on what's going to happen. It's very important to have that information from people that are really in the know, that are actually experiencing it. And all I can say is not everyone's going to agree with us, you know, and not everyone's going to agree with me, and I understand that. I'm just saying what I feel is right, and I listen to my constituents, as many as possible. And I just think that this is the way that we're moving. Look what happened in Michigan yesterday. Did you know about that? They did a rally.
Courthouse
march.
steps, yeah.
They marched on the Capitol in Michigan.
Or the Capitol, yeah.
And it was because they're overburdened more than Texas on their shelter in place and things. And we don't need this to get to become riots. But it will become riots if we don't really start moving in another direction. Now, if we're in New York City, that's a different story. New York City's really got it's unfortunate what's going on in New York City. Why it's happening so strongly there, I don't know.
Well, the subway systems, they almost live on top of each other. Mm-hmm. You know, there's that.
Mm-hmm. There is that, but I don't know if that's all what it is. But I'm just saying that, you know, if this is happening in Michigan, Texas is not going to wait much longer, you know, just because of our independent spirit. But again, it's all about us caring about each other and caring about other people and being courteous and still be able to work and be safe. And those are the things we want to do. We want to be specific about it. We want to make sure there's still safety measures in place as we try to start opening up our businesses. And I think that's very important. But what also is very important is a show like this, to be able to talk about these issues openly and open the communication. And if people are concerned about some of the things I've said, or if they agree with me, let me or let you know, and we can address those and make that part of our polling of what our constituents feel, not only here in Gillespie County, but add that to what people are saying in the state of Texas, because this is what Governor Abbott needs to know. And Governor Abbott is, like I said, he's the one that's making these decisions right now. So it's not easy.
And I guess we're going to find out a few things this week, right? Towards the end of this week.
So tomorrow morning, here's how it goes. Tomorrow morning, legislators, we put our questions in, and I've already got my questions for him. And then there's another call after that. Then there's another call at noon to kind of go over those questions before the main call at, I guess he's going to make his announcement after 4 o'clock. But we'll be on another call with him at 2 o'clock, and he'll then have had the time to answer the questions from the legislators, and start formulating what he's going to propose. And then he'll make the proposal later on in the afternoon. So it's going to be an interesting day tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm looking forward. And it's amazing to be able to be involved in that and have the voice and have the voice of Gillespie County being spoken in Austin. And it may not be everybody's voice, but from what I hear and when I talk to people, and I put letters out, I put a lot of things out, I get a lot of feedback. That feedback is being heard in Austin, as well as the people on the other side that want to really keep everything sheltered down. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. It's going to be interesting.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in and being part of our show today. We really appreciate it.
You're very welcome, JD. Great to be on with you again. What a blast from the past, for sure.
Pretty much.
And we're still looking the same, man. We still look great.
Here, let me hose myself down here.
I was going to say we still have a face. We still have a face for radio, but we're not. We're actually most of the time we're on the radio, so no one ever saw us.
Voice for newspaper, so there you go.
God bless you all. God bless Texas.
God bless you, Kyle. State Representative, District 73, State Representative Kyle Biedermann. Thank you very much. God bless you, folks, and y'all have yourself a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.